not like a line.
Right, so now you're, right.
Just slightly more because it's,
You're not quite at 4 to 1 yet, but you're
oh, I wouldn't be anywhere near them because
3
it's,
to 1. 3 to 1.
I've done,
Me throw it. I tell Nikki, tells me I'm an idiot, but I did the Bruce Lee 1-inch punch. No, I actually release as close to the wall as possible because I find less jumps off.
Okay.
If you're back and you're throwing quite far, you'll end up with as much on the ground as on the wall. And it's tempting when you start getting up high to sort of throw rather than get up on a ladder or something. I always try to position myself as close to the wall as possible and then have a good throw. Now, the fattier it is and the longer it's mixed, the less will bounce off when you throw. Now, this isn't the world's most ideal mix, but it is sticking. And you can see that's kind of the maximum depth that you want on a lump. Yeah, for your first pass you don't actually want to be any deeper than that. So if you throw it on and it's, say we've got too much, and we chuck it on and it's sticking out too far, you've got two options. One is very carefully scrape the top back and just take a bit off. The other one is to take the whole lump off. And unfortunately, if someone's done a big area too thickly, you just have to remove the whole thing. Because when you scrape off the top, you have a chance of breaking the bond between the splat and the wall. And if you break that bond, you're better off just taking the whole lot off. So the best thing is to just be really careful and do lots of small throws and not get into a position where you're trying to rip it off the wall.
And that's literally it, you just keep throwing those in between, is that?
So yeah, I mean I'm just throwing randomly here, but yeah, you would, oh, it's not good at all. It's not very sticky. But you would just keep throwing until you sort of got that area covered. It doesn't matter if there's a little bit of wall showing, but ideally you would have it reasonably well covered. Your ideal situation is that every splat sort of connects to the next one, shoulder to shoulder, and that's your ideal situation.
Does that mix need more water or anything, or is it the right mix, it just hasn't blended enough?
It doesn't need more water. See, as I was saying before, if it's too wet, it will shrink more as it dries.
Okay.
It'll be nice and easy to apply, but you'll get more cracks. Not that that's much of a problem, you can fix it later on, but it's just something to keep in mind. This just isn't what I would call very fatty. So there's two things here. Firstly, the mix hasn't been mixing for that long, and the hemp shiv is still very woody. And it does help if the longer it mixes, the hemp shiv breaks down, becomes fluffier, and that actually creates a fattier mix. The other thing is the longer it mixes, the lime becomes fattier. I just wouldn't really call it a very fatty mix. I think the St. Astia lime is a fattier lime. It is. It's not. It's kind of. It is sticking. It's sticking.
so it seems to be coarser.
It's not as nice as the St. Astia, but anyway, it's something, and maybe as it keeps mixing, it'll actually.
Leave it another few minutes for mix and